Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Bob. My grandmother was a great encourager. She was someone who maintained contact with all those people who were important to her. She had 18 grandchildren and always was reaching out, sending pictures, writing letters, calling, visiting, all of them. Now, it was funny, the letters I would get from my grandmother seemed to talk about my other cousins. So-and-so was doing this one was doing that, and so on and so forth. And so she'd give me a rundown, kind of bring me up to speed on everybody else. I think amongst the grandchildren, we all felt that somebody else was the favorite because Grandma Doles would always talk about them to us. Well, looking back, I realized that she was connecting us to one another. She had a great knack for that. I know that when I went over to visit my grandmother and grandfather, many different times we'd be on our way to go visit somebody. It might have been one of her sisters or brothers, or we could have gone next door to her neighbors. But she was always in the habit of making those connections. She would write letters to old friends and tell them about her family and bring them up to speed on some of their joint friends. Looking back, my grandmother had a real gift, I believe a spiritual gift, to bring people together in very tangible ways, making sure that we all had the news of one another, taking us to be with one another. I was always visiting many of my other cousins and aunts and uncles with my grandparents. How do you connect? Not just for yourself, but how do you bring other people together? If there's a new neighbor in your area, do you make sure to connect them with others and introduce them? At church, do you make sure to introduce yourself to people you don't know and then make connections with other people, introduce them to other friends? Making connections is a great way to help people know that they are cared for, know that they matter, know that they make a difference. Think of the ways that you can encourage someone by connecting them with someone else, bringing about friendships and relationships. It reminds me of what Barnabas did in the Bible. Barnabas introduced John Mark to Paul, the apostle, and later on, when Paul rejected John Mark, Barnabas set off to bolster John Mark and accompany him in ministry to all the people that he would meet to bolster his confidence. We are called to be people of people, to be people who care for one another. And a very simple way to do that is to connect friends with new friends. I hope you have a great day.